Hey pal, how you doing? I hope things are going well for you. Or at least better than in my life. Some troubles and been running kinda out of money lately. Regular jobs are kinda boring for me. You know? Don't get me wrong. I'd be happy being a knight in glittering shiny armor. Have a horse carrying my lazy self everywhere and being a general scum to everyone I see, even though I should be protecting them? Yeah, that could be fun. I find it a bit sad that it is the way it is, but what can one man do? What? You can see my face? Well, I guess that makes it easier to visualize me. I know, I don't have the most handsome face, but look, it gets the job done with women. Most of the times. Also, my name is Edward. Edward Winter. Although I never like winter. Because you cannot hide your footsteps easily after you stole and borrowed someone's money from their house. Anyway, what's your name? Nice to meet you. Lay down. Make yourself comfortable. I will watch over the campfire. Nights are still pretty cold. And let me tell you a story that changed my entire life. It was some time back when I was in a city called Ravengate. The city was famous for its many hustlers and thieves, a living nightmare for some, but heaven for people that are willing to risk their freedom for some coin. I traveled there for exactly that reason. With the help of my contacts, I got a planned meeting with some girl called Helen Robinson. Didn't know almost nothing about her, but I knew she was in some bigger group. The bigger the group, the bigger the reward. Or, at least I thought. We were supposed to meet after sunset in a pub called the Wooden Acorn, located southern from the main square. Just as where the skies begin to turn reddish colors, I roamed around aimlessly on a local market that had only few people still opened. Then, my eyes laid upon one small fruit stand. Beautiful red apples were smiling at me from distance. A little snack won't hurt anything. As I got closer, I heard some shouting. Get away, you little thief! You should be grateful that I didn't call the gods on you. From since when is being hungry a crime? I finally got the view of the situation. A lady that owned the stand was holding some little poor looking boy by his arm. It's not, but you tried to steal. What will grow up from you? She shouted at him. Yeah, maybe when I'm older, I'll come back. For you. The little boy responded and looked straight into her eyes. I found the situation a bit funny and decided to get myself involved. Hey, what's the trouble here? Nothing. This little thief is on his way the hell out of here, she shouted and let go of his hand. I looked at the poor kid. Dirty brown hair, scratches all over his face, ripped off clothes. Poor kid. How much for an apple? I asked. 2 copper. That's not a bad price. I'll take 2. I handed the money and carefully selected the ones that looked the biggest and took them. Hey kid, come with me. He didn't seem to offer any resistance and followed. I pity the kid. I mean, he was like me when I was his age. I know the times are harsh from time to time. Look, I will give you this apple if you promise you won't steal again. How about that? The kid answered immediately. Yes, I promise, my lord. I started to laugh. I'm no lord. I'm just a regular guy. So, what is your name? My name? I'm Edward. What's yours? He paused for a second. I'm Stewie. It was a pleasure meeting you, Stewie. But I have to go. Don't forget what we agreed on. Okay? Of course, Edward. Thank you and have a nice day. You too, little kid. I turned and walked towards the pub. After a couple streets, I started to notice. There were many papers that depicted a face. But the only thing you could see clearly were the eyes. Rest was hidden under a hood with some ornaments on top. Mouth and nose were also covered. Under the picture it read, Wanted, dead or alive. Warning, very dangerous. Believed to be a vampire that is after many murders of innocent peasants and aristocrats alike. Reward 2,000 gold. For money like that, you can afford a brand new house. But for a purchase of a fine weapon with high quality armor, it's more than enough. Heck, I would have enough money to party almost every day. For like a year. Or even more. Too bad I'm not a professional vampire hunter. I guess this is a task for the heroes of our kingdom to do. I wish you good luck, idiots. I continued on my path. After a few bad turns and a kind help from some stranger, I had a feeling I was somewhat near. I could barely see. It was getting very dark. I didn't want to do the whole lighting up your torch thing. It takes too much time and effort. Nah, I must be near. Definitely. I thought to myself. Finally, I looked over a corner of a house and I saw lights shining through windows, muffled music from inside, and a big sign that read The Wooden Acorn. I didn't hesitate and entered the tavern. Looks like they invited a small band to play songs for them. No wonder it's so packed in here. I'm no stranger around such places, so I knew where to go straight away. What? You don't know? Come on. Everyone knows that the barkeepers know the most. Why? How can you even ask? Look, it's simple. All the people inside are drunk. And he's not. Which means people tell him stuff they shouldn't. And even some more. See? Simple. Anyway, where did I left? Yeah, I went to the counter, next to which the barkeeper was standing. Hey man, can I get a beer? Sure thing. One beer coming your way. He immediately started serving 2 beers, one for me and the other for a guy next to me. I took 2 quick sips and got to work. Can you help me with something? Sure thing. What is it? But make it quick. I will have many customers waiting for a refill in no time. Look, I'm supposed to meet a very important person here. Do you know someone with the name of Helen by any chance? And I slipped a couple of coins on the counter. He gave me a faint smile. I will need to ask you for your name first. It's Winter. Edward Winter. See the girl? He pointed towards an alone sitting girl with green hair and pointy ears, half-elf perhaps. That's the table you are looking for. Thanks, man. I got down from my bar chair and with a mug in a hand, I started squeezing between people, trying not to spill any of my precious beer. Excuse me. Greetings. It's my sincere pleasure meeting you. The girl turned her head and looked at me confused. I'm sorry. You are very kind, but I'm waiting for someone here. I stuttered for a second. That's me. Edward Winter. She looked at me even more confused. I'm sorry. Did we met before? No. That's why I'm here. Like, man, is this girl stupid or what? I sat down opposite of her. I'm here for the thing. What thing? She answered. The job thing. Well, me too, she replied immediately. Then what is the freaking problem? I started to shout. What problem? I turned my head left to see who said that. It was some woman with red hair. I see you already started getting to know each other. In case you have no manners, this here is Edward and this is Alice. Alice? And you are? I asked the woman that has just approached us. I'm Helen. Are you okay? You look like you saw a ghost. I was embarrassed, so I started looking into my half-drank mug. No, it's nothing really. Okay, Edward. She sat down to the front of the table. I already asked Alice, but you are new to this, right? Yeah, I have my years of experience. Great, so I won't be disappointed by the result, correct? Absolutely, you have my word. I'm happy to hear that, from both of you. See, the problem is that you were supposed to be 3 people for this little test. But this guy, Torel, didn't show up. Then, out of nowhere, deep voice could be heard. It's Taras. Not Toren, not Torel. Taras. He was standing about half a meter behind her. A big bald guy, huge muscles. Skin fully grey with paintings all over the body. Sorry for the waiting. One guy had a mouth that was talking too much. So I had to shut him for good. An absolute silence followed from the table and few drunks that were standing nearby. A joke, of course. I let out an unsettling laugh. Thankfully, Helen started talking. Good thing you showed up. I was just about to explain the job you will be doing tonight, and I hate to repeat myself, especially to people that have not earned my respect yet. Don't worry, miss. That will change. Helen put her hand on the table and started tapping on it. There is a man called James, and he has something we like to have back. What is it? It's a golden necklace with a ruby crystal in the middle. It costs a lot, but someone important has a personal connection to the item. Where do we find it? Asked Alice. Do you have a map, Alice? Yes, I do. She pulled out a rolled up map of Ravengate from her backpack. Here, Helen pointed at a district of the city. It should be in a jewelry box of some sort. You can manage to figure out where in his house, since he should be out playing cards, as always. That's all we need. Let's go. I will be waiting here. Come back when you are done. And also, don't come empty-handed. No worries, Helen. We will get it, Alice enthusiastically stated. We left the tavern and were on our way to steal some guy's necklace. With the help of some rookie-looking half-elf girl, Alice, and a rock-solid human, golem, half-orc or what he is, called Taras. I don't know about you, but this sounds like a recipe for a disaster.